across the country. Governmental organization unveils innovation for persons living with disability. Hello there, good afternoon, and thank you for joining us on the news desk of Nta Channel 5 Abuja at 1. My name is Tessio Mary with the details. The presidency has observed with dismay the increasing number of billboards in some cities promoting the 2027 campaign for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Vice President Kashim Shettima. Worth noting is that some of these billboards with pictures of the president and his wife, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, emblazoned on them are springing up in Abuja and Kano in particular. While President Tinubu and Vice President Kashim Shettima greatly appreciate their teeming and loyal supporters across the country for their enthusiasm and continued support, the two leaders do not support any campaign that breaches the law of the land. The electoral law that guides the conduct of elections and political campaigns forbids any form of campaign for the 2027 general elections. Premature campaigning can undermine the integrity of the electoral process and create unfair advantages. As law-abiding leaders, President Tinubu and Vice President Kashim Shettima do not support any action that undermines our institutions and the electoral process until the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) sets the timetable for the 2027 elections. The president has not endorsed or authorized anyone or any group to mount a 2027 campaign for him through any media channel, be it out of home, print, digital, radio, or television. Therefore, we urgently call on individuals and groups funding this 2027 political campaign through the ongoing deployment of materials on billboards nationwide to cease immediately. Now, the federal government has pledged a commitment to improving road infrastructure across the country for the socio-economic benefit of Nigerians. President Tinubu, represented by the Kaduna State Governor Uba Sani, was speaking at the flag-off of the reconstruction of the 164-kilometer Section 2 of the Abuja-Kaduna-Zaria-Kano Road. Kenneth Nanem reports that the rallying point was in Jere Council area of Kaduna State.
The 700-kilometer Abuja-Kaduna-Zaria-Kano Road is designed to be reconstructed using the concrete pavement technology that guarantees durability of the road project. President Bola Tinubu, represented by Kaduna State Governor Obasani, re-emphasized the commitment of the federal government towards infrastructural development, especially those that directly impact the lives of citizens, in line with his campaign promises.
When completed, the road will serve as a catalyst for economic growth, creating job opportunities, and significantly enhancing the social, economic, cultural, and political landscape of our communities.
Works Minister David Umahi, who provided more insight on the project, which has sections 1, 2, and 3, explains that the sum of 525 billion naira has been earmarked for the completion of section 2, which is the Abuja-Kaduna Axis. The project, the minister explains, is expected to be delivered within 14 months, having been re-awarded to InfoQuest Construction Company.
At the beginning of Section 1, which is between Kogi State and Abuja, the president has also added another 10 kilometers of road to it. He has also added about 11 kilometers at the Kano section of the road to take the road to the Kano International Airport. And that work is going on now, together with the remaining section in Kano State. From the Abuja down to Kano, the entire road, the president also directed that there should be solar light throughout.
This is one of the economic corridors of northern Nigeria. This is a connector of the entire north, and Mr. President is highly committed on this road.
Others who applauded the federal government initiative say upon completion, The road will reactivate more economic activities in the central and the northern parts of the country and beyond. Kenneth Nanim, NTA News.
The federal government has reaffirmed its commitment to security and religious freedom in response to a recent social media post by the U.S. Embassy in Abuja regarding Nigeria's security situation and statements from some religious leaders. In a statement by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, stated that the government has taken decisive actions such as deploying security forces to areas affected by violence, promoting peace, building between farmers and herders, enhancing intelligence operations, and implementing policies to address root causes like land use and economic development. While acknowledging the right of religious leaders to express their opinions, the statement emphasized that their testimonies represent the complexities of the situation. It urged responsible reporting that reflects these complexities and encourages constructive dialogue rather than division. And on politics, the chairman, Abuja Municipal Area Council, Christopher Zaka Mekalangu, has joined the All Progressives Congress APC, according to a statement signed by the Senior Special Assistant on Media and Public Affairs, Kingsley Madaki. Quotes the chairman saying that joining the ruling party will provide a platform for him to achieve his goals and improve the lives of Amak citizens. The chairman described his decision as good for democracy and to ensure that the good people of Amak move forward and to be part of federal appointments and other benefits. At the twilight of the last academic semester, students of the University of Abuja living off campus at Ido and adjoining communities opposite the institution's permanent site encountered recurrent threats of armed robberies. This development, the students and residents say, now put them at crossroads in the quest for accommodation. Security correspondent Onotu Yakubu visited Ido on the airport road and brought back this situation assessment.
Ido used to be agrarian, peaceful, quiet, and bask in the glory of being unperturbed with the threats of insecurity often recorded in similar local settlements. Now, Ido is fast evolving, both in human population and infrastructural growth. Thanks to the full operationalization of the university permanent site across the express road. The implication of this is that students who cannot access accommodation within the institution's confines seek shelter off campus in Ido. This new wave of blessing also brought along with it negative air into Ido community. Criminality, not before much familiar, now breeds fast in Ido with unsuspecting students as soft targets. 100-level student Ayola Oni Charles was a victim in one of the major attacks recently with 7 compounds as prime targets.
It is really traumatic because after that it really affected me because the week, like when they attacked me, it was weeks to my exam, so it really left a narrow experience to me because it was my phone that was my major source of reading. When they stole it, really affected me and it made me look at the community in a bad way because I felt that I will not really feel secure and safe in this type of place.
After they attacked this house, within the next 2 weeks, they came back to this area about 4 more times. Yeah.
So, and what has the authority, both the university and even the security agencies, done regarding this development?
Nothing really. Nothing. Because we took the case to the police station.
Corroborating the students' narrations, residents say the experience is as harrowing, extending beyond Ido to other communities through Giri and Gwagwalada.
Since then, we have not been sleeping well. This place, Ido, is not safe. Every day, since there, every day is attack. You hear attack, the other side, another attack. Every day they rob, every time. In the night now, you will not be able to come outside. You can't come outside because of the security. The students, they rob, like this hotel not close to me. They rob every student there, they robbed all of them.
The FCT Police says it is proactively handling these challenges through operational strategizing to strengthen divisional deployments to keep residents safe.
Raid is ongoing and it's a going concern. And all the divisions of police officers must live up to their responsibility. Your responsibility is to ensure that you bring it to the bare minimum in such a way that there won't be complaint from any members of the public. So that is the directive of the Commissioner of Police. The divisional police officer must ensure that that place is secured.
Going forward, residents express hope that security will make a strong presence to deter the criminals and allow the students pay adequate attention to academic pursuits. Onotu Yakobo, NTA News.
Watching the news at 1 on Nta Channel 5, Abuja. We have more reports when we return. Do stay with us.
I am Oluremi Tinubu, the global and national Stop TB champion. Many people have asked why I've chosen to champion the fight against a disease like tuberculosis. My reason stems from a deep personal experience. I once had a friend who unfortunately fell ill and concealed the nature of his sickness until it was too late. Eventually, after he passed, we discovered he had tuberculosis. Sadly, due to the stigma and discrimination surrounding the disease, he would not speak up or seek for help. His death was a painful reminder that we could have intervened and saved a life if only we had known earlier. Tuberculosis is an airborne disease that primarily affects the lungs, but can also impact other parts of the body. Being airborne means anyone, regardless of their socio-economic status, can contract it. In Nigeria, 1 person dies of TB-related illness every 7 minutes, amounting to 206 deaths every day. Globally, 1 person succumbs to TB every 25 seconds, which is a staggering 3,456 lives lost daily. These deaths are entirely preventable because TB is curable if detected and treated early. If you or someone you know has been coughing for 2 weeks or more, coughing up blood, experiencing night sweats, or losing weight drastically, it might be TB. Please visit the nearest government hospital or primary healthcare center for proper diagnosis and treatment. TB treatment is free in all government and some private health facilities. Let us also remember not to stigmatize or discriminate against TB patients or those who have been treated for TB. Individuals who have been cured of TB cannot infect others. I call on all stakeholders, especially the private sector, to join us in the fight to end TB in Nigeria. Together, we can make a difference. Remember, TB anywhere is TB everywhere. End TB by 2030. Yes, we can.
Many thanks for staying tuned. Moving on, persons living with disabilities, especially those with hearing and speech impairment, now have a new app which can help them to communicate thoughts, feelings, and ideas. Correspondent Moses Kwe was at the unveiling of this new innovation courtesy of an NGO.
This convergence of special persons became necessary as concerned citizens have continuously advocated expanding knowledge and technology towards service to humanity.
Disability has brought about inclusion. Before now, people with disability have gone through a lot of discrimination. There's been a lot of stigmatization against persons with disability. But because of advocacy and a lot of input from stakeholders, disability issue is now being given a different outlook.
This time, it is the turn of people living with disabilities who can now take advantage of a new technology that can bridge the gap from the challenge of communication and other limitations of persons with disabilities.
Because for too long, amputees and persons with disabilities have been left behind. We have been excluded. We have been underrepresented in tech accountability. And that's why we said we can make our life easier using technology.
As practical knowledge on the use of the app is shared and demonstrated to all, its advantages and complementary services, especially as regards enhancing the art of sign language, is highlighted.
So technology is very, very important and useful to persons with disabilities. For instance, for amputees, the mobility aid, the prosthetic limb we use, it really gives us that comfort and easy movement in our day-to-day life. And for the wheelchair users now, you see that there's a motorized wheelchair, which is very easy to move around, even to a very long distance. If you see someone using a motorized wheelchair, the flexibility in movement is very, very easy.
Stakeholders emphasize the need to have centers equipped with these facilities to help curb the high cost of purchasing life support equipment. In Abuja, Moses Kuye, NTA News.
Now, statistics indicate that a growing number of individuals are turning to performance-enhancing drugs to boost their libido and improve their performance. However, health experts believe that beneath the promise benefit lies a web of potential health risks. In this special report, our correspondent Isaac Jibo takes a look at the shocking truth behind these widely used drugs.
The performance-enhancing drug industry is a multi-billion-dollar market, with millions relying on these medications to improve their libido and performance. Marketed as miracle cures, these drugs often come with serious health risks, including heart problems, addiction, hormonal imbalances, and organ damage. Available records indicate that many users take them without medical consultation, ignoring the dangers they pose.
People use performance enhancing drug for whatever reasons, it poses significant threat to their heart, and again it distorts their body performance. And some of the criminal activities that we are seeing are things that people cannot just do with ordinary highs.
It has both long-term and short-term effects. The short-term effect is that the individual may not perform without the drugs. When we talk about long-term effect, it results to sexual dysfunction, which may lead to erectile problems because you have already taken too much of these drugs.
Understanding the potential harm, individuals can make informed choices. Experts emphasizing the importance of responsible use, seeking medical advice, and considering safer alternatives before resorting to these drugs.
For men, there's something called priapism, which is enlarged and prolonged erection. So you can get an erection that will last for very long hours, and that's going to be very harmful to the male's sexual organ. And then liver and kidney problems, also because we don't know the exact active ingredients in this medication. Sometimes the dosage is not the recommended dosage. It can be an overdose. It could just be completely off, which can damage your livers and your kidney.
According to experts, beyond physical risks, these drugs can lead to psychological dependence, making users feel inadequate without them.
The ones that are most commonly reported include visual disturbances and hearing loss. Another thing to note is that these drugs, in the setting of long-term use, can have a psychological effect on the.
However, experts argue that beyond seeking quick fixes, adopting a healthy lifestyle, incorporating regular exercise, Healthy eating habits and stress management can naturally improve performance and overall well-being. Isaac Jibo, NTA News.
Many thanks, Isaac Jibo. Quite enlightening, I must say. Dignitaries, friends, family, and well-wishers came together to celebrate a milestone, the 50th birthday of Honorable Amopitan, former Kogi State Commissioner for Women Affairs. The celebrant was honored in grand style at the Scorpions Officers Mess Abuja. Aisha Bashir reports that the white-themed party kicked off with a lively drum and music performance for the birthday girl and her family.
The event was an explosion of class with guests mostly dressed in white, added vibrancy to the event.
By God, and today the people are happy. The Bible says when the righteous are on the throne, the people will be glad.
Clearly thrilled to have reached this milestone age, Bola wowed the crowd as she danced into the venue with her family and well-wishers. Dignitaries present expressed their excitement and shared their thoughts about the celebrant.
As she turns 50, I wish her the very best of life, a closer walk with God, committed to serving God, and of course I wish her long life in sound health.
I wish her long life and prosperity, and her political career, what she has achieved is just a starting point. I wish her the very best because she has all what it takes to actually get to the top, and she's so passionate about what she does.
She has attained a milestone of 50, and I wish that she will also get to the milestone of 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 plus in good health and in good prosperity.
Honestly, I didn't want to do a kind of celebration. I just want to go out there and just do charity, what I know how to do best. But they said no, after the charity we should come back and dance and celebrate. I give glory to God.
Up next is Sports Brief.
Flying Eagles now to confront Tunisia, Kenya, and Morocco. Nigeria will now have to contend with Morocco, Kenya, and Tunisia in the group phase of the 24th African Under-20 Cup of Nations taking place in Egypt from 27th of April to 18th of May this year. At the redraw conducted in the headquarters of the Egypt Football Association in Cairo on Sunday, Egypt and South Africa, who were originally in Nigeria's pool before Cote d'Ivoire withdrew as tournament hosts, found themselves in Group A. New host Egypt head Group A, which has 5 teams, with Zambia, Sierra Leone, South Africa, and Tanzania as the other teams. However, just like it was originally, the Flying Eagles will confront 2 African teams, this time Tunisia and Morocco, as well as East African Kenya for a place in the quarterfinals. Cup holders Senegal head Group C with Central African Republic, Democratic Republic of Congo, and Ghana as opponents. And back in Abuja, following their 3 weeks training camp, the 7-time African champions are expecting preparation before the competition commences. All 4 semi-finalists at the tournament in Egypt will fly Africa's flag at this year's FIFA Under-20 World Cup in Chile, come 27th of September to 19th of October. Groups in African Championships. Group A, Egypt, Zambia, Sierra Leone, South Africa, Tanzania. Group B, Nigeria, Tunisia, Kenya, and Morocco. Group C, Senegal, Central African Republic, Democratic Republic of Congo, and Ghana. With Sports Brief, Moses Kuye, NTA News.
And that concludes the news at 1. Thank you for watching. Good afternoon.